bringing you the music and, of course, the information fresh and first. I'm Simone Malone, live out of Studio 236. Hello there, everybody, and welcome to one of the most exciting R&B shows in the afternoon. And today I have a wonderful spotlight that we're going to talk to this woman that I have the opportunity to do some work with for her business and just educate you guys, and she's going to enlighten you about a whole lot of things when it comes to compliancy. So I want to say a special hello to Sharita Green as we travel down to Raleigh, North Carolina, where I was just maybe 2 weeks ago. How you doing?
Hello, Simone. Hello, everyone.
So glad that you can join us. How's the weather? Is it raining down there too?
Oh, yes, it's raining. It's raining.
Well, I hope you're staying comfortable and you're in a dry place.
Yes.
Great. Say hello to everybody that can hear me and see me, but hear your lovely voice from Raleigh, Durham. Go ahead.
Hello, everybody.
Great. Well, Sharita, before we get started, because we've had quite a few conversations prior to doing this interview, we both have poured into each other about business and just life. I want people to know who in the world is Sharita Green?
Well, Sharita Green, she's a North Carolina native. She is a safety professional, compliance professional, someone who has dedicated her life to trying to make a positive impact and be a change agent towards people.
Great. And how long have you been doing the kind of work that you've been doing professionally, may I ask?
Over 17 years.
So you know that you're experienced and you're qualified to help somebody. Am I right about it?
I like to think I know a thing or two.
Right. Now, let me ask you this before we get into the meat of our conversation about your business and how you can help some folks stay compliant. Have you worked in HR before?
Yes, I have.
Let me ask you from your experience. They say, and you know I can be the antagonist here on my show, they say, Sharita, that HR is really not for the employees. I know I would get you on that one, lady. In other words, what I'm saying is that HR, they really, they do the hiring. They know how much salaries the people make and all that great stuff. But really, when there's a problem, people have told me they've had some horrible experiences with the HR department, that they really are not for you, even though they hired you. Can you help me to understand that? That's kind of twisted, isn't it?
It sounds kind of twisted, but I think it comes down to who you have working in that department and in that capacity. Okay. I mean, there are some HR professionals that are not for the people, but there are some HR professionals that are committed to doing the job and committed to being an activist for the people and also, for the company or the organization in which they serve. Mm-hmm. I think people maybe have a negative impression of HR just due to the capacity in which they interact probably with HR. A lot of HR departments get so busy with so many things that oftentimes you don't deal with HR until it's possibly a negative or stressful issue.
Right. So what has been your experience in the HR department?
My personal experience, the way I tried to go about handling myself when working in the department was, everybody has feelings. Everybody's issue is important at that moment. Mm-hmm. And you have to recognize that normally when someone's coming to HR, they are stressed. Mm-hmm. So you don't want to adopt a stressful attitude or engage them in a stressful manner when you deal with them. You want to kind of bring them down, center them to the situation, and let them know that, yes, whatever you're going through is a priority to you, but it's also a priority to me also. And you kind of try to work them through it through baby steps, still to accomplish the overall goal, but kind of de-stress the issue so that you can have at least as positive an outcome as possible.
Great. Thanks for sharing that. So let's go. And I just wanted that to be the appetizer because the HR department, folks have told me, have destroyed their lives. I don't know. But I have a pretty good relationship with the HR departments because I'm HR for what I do here, along with my business partner. Well, let's tie this into when I began to find out who you were as a person and learning a little bit about safe start strategies. I was thinking, is this something new that I'm starting my car with? Can you tell us what in the world is Safe Start Strategies LLC? Educate our people.
Okay, Safe Start Strategies LLC is a compliance, HR, and organizational consulting firm that focuses on enlightening, educating, and empowering. And we work in a collaborative manner between any organization and achieving those types of goals. So that's simply safeguard strategies, and we try to do it in an efficient manner, both financially efficient and time-wise.
So Sharita, this is for small businesses and medium-sized businesses or large businesses. Can you tell us this service that you're providing for people? Is it for, those small corporations or what?
This is for small businesses. This is for colleges, universities, mid-sized businesses, and also large enterprises. So there's no company that's too small and no company that's too large. Just as long as you're having challenges or you seek to improve your current state in the areas of compliance, HR, or organizational.
So the key word is compliance. So what inspired you? What inspired you to create your company?
That inspired me to get into compliance as a field.
Yeah, what inspired you to get into your company and the consortia?
Well, I would have to say, as working as a compliance or safety type of professional, I began to realize there were gaps and opportunities.
Okay.
And that made me kind of think to myself, well, maybe it would be nice to have a consulting firm that, number one, made sure that the services offered were affordable, made sure that the product was generated in a timely manner, made sure that they were basically tailored towards small groups such as HBCUs, small businesses, because they have different needs versus larger organizations.
And can you explain what some of these needs are so people can understand?
Oh, my gosh. Well, first of all, with HBCUs in general, one of the things that I've recognized is a lot of times HBCUs don't recognize the priority or have the money or the resources or the networking to help achieve their compliance goals.
Okay.
And when I say priority, I mean you may have a compliance professional or a safety manager, but you need to recognize that when you put that person at your HBCU, where are they placed in your org chart or in your administration? Are they just working kind of off alone? You only contact them when you need them. They're not an active part of the university or the university decision-making process. And then are you providing them with money or resources to make change? And then also they need networking. They need to be able to fellowship with other compliance professionals, particularly those in HBCUs, so that they can learn from one another.
So from your experience being in this field for 17 years, as you said, have you found that a lot of African American institutions of higher learning are not compliant?
Yes.
You got to be kidding.
I have found that a lot of times their lack of compliance is not necessarily intentional. It's just a lack of overall understanding of where to put the compliance professional and what to do with them. You can hire a compliance professional, but if you don't know how to effectively use them or utilize them, then you're still losing on that investment. And I found that to be the case, particularly at HBCUs. But I think a lot of organizations in general, they know we may need this safety person or we need this HR director, but particularly in safety, a lot of times they just don't know what to do with them until OSHA comes along or until they have an accident or they have a safety-related training need. I think HR, people sort of know what to do with an HR director. But
wow. So if an institution or a business is not compliant with these things and something happens, what can they be sued or what? Can you explain that to me? Because I want to get a better understanding in our listeners and viewers as well.
Oh, it can be extreme. A fine can be something simple as a few $100s, or it can go into the thousands or the millions. Or your facility or organization can be shut down until you can either show that you can work in an effective and safe manner, or if the violation is severe enough, it can be shut down permanently. So those are some of the issues that you kind of run into if you're running an organization with either without an active compliance professional or without outside consulting helping you to develop your program.
Wow. Interesting.
Keep you in mind.
I appreciate you sharing that. Explain to me the TEAM, TEAM, and CONFORM, CONFORM process as it relates to training and compliancy.
Okay. When we get into doing training, we do it in a team concept or a team process. And team basically stands for targets, and those are your identified goals and results. Then you consider engagement, which is the E, which is creating buy-in and culture change. And then you do the A, which is assess and analyze, which would be basically your Deming cycle, which is plan, do, check, and act. And then you get into your measurable, which is your M, and your metrics. And that is basically where you're measuring your metrics to reflect what percent of behavior change or training success you have by the implemented training that you've instituted at the organization.
Wow. Interesting. Great information there. Now, can you tell us what is the HBCU Compliance Consortia and the struggles in the area of compliance with the HBCU community?
Well, I've had an opportunity to work in various industries. I've worked for HBCUs, I've worked for PWIs, I've worked in the automotive industry, sawmill industry, but focusing once again back into the HBCU industry or business, I recognized that there were some things that were consistent. A lot of times HBCUs will hire a safety professional or a compliance professional and not recognize what to do with them, and also not give them the money, the resources, or the networking. And what the HBCU Compliance Consortium basically is an opportunity for anybody who is a compliance professional at an HBCU to join for free, have the opportunity to network with other compliance professionals, understand their processes, understand their management of change. You know, when you have a construction project on campus, there's no need to reinvent the wheel. You will have a network of people who are in similar states of doing business, such as yourself. So just basically building resources, the opportunity to participate in trainings that are tailored and targeted towards HBCU needs and HBCU concerns as they relate to compliance.
Awesome. So how can we help, and how can people help this organization? How can you help them?
Basically, just getting the word out that to join these consortiums, it's free. Once they join, it just opens the door of opportunity for them to expand their network, for them to ask questions and actually get educated responses and appropriate responses.
Mm-hmm. So go ahead and give the information how they can contact you and learn more information about this. Go ahead.
Basically, if you just go to www.safestartstrategies.com, that is the website. You go there, you look for the link that says consortium, and you can, sign up there.
Cool. And then you have an email address where people can contact you as well?
Yes, you can email me directly at fgreen@safestartstrategies.com, or you can email customer service at safestartstrategies.com.
Wonderful. And I want our listeners and viewers to know that I have done the radio promo for Sharita, and it's running on Facebook. You guys can check it out on my page. You can follow her as well, and you can hear it on our radio station as a courtesy. We're running that promo a few times throughout the month. So what do you want to say to the people when it relates to their business of being compliant? I want to be compliant in everything that I'm doing. I know at my other office we have a compliancy officer, so I do understand the concept and the importance of this. And, we're about educating and giving our people information to understand that it's not just being in business. There are certain things that you must have in place, or else you will be in big trouble. Am I right?
That is correct. One of the things that I would encourage people to do, if you are interested in Safe Start Strategy services, reach out, contact me. I will call you back. And what we can do is a state of safety survey. Find out kind of where you are, where you stand as an organization. And then we can give you recommendations on services that can maybe take you to the next level and develop a plan to help, you stay compliant, but also do it in a budget-friendly, progressive manner.
Awesome. So what is your long-term goal as you continue to pursue the things that you want? I know you shared some things with me, but I want our listeners to know that you are continuing your education because you realize there are certain things that you need to be doing to continue to help and motivate and inspire people. Go ahead and share that.
Well, I guess I see my life's work overall is just trying to be a change agent. Yeah. On a personal note, I'm working on my doctorate in transformational leadership.
Wow.
And that's just because I feel like in compliance, a lot of times in general, people know the rules, but they don't comply because they have so many extra issues going on. So I just want to go into organizations and acknowledge you have the extra stuff. We're going to work with you to be compliant, but we're going to do it in a collaborative manner. We're going to do it in a manner where everyone has buy-in, everyone feels invested in the process. Right. Because I think that if you can go in and be an advocate for change in a positive manner, you are helping others to kind of advocate the ideas or the concepts. I can go in and offer wonderful training, but if no one's sold on it, no one buys in on it, then all I've done is gone in for the moment.
Right.
But if I can leave everyone with a changed mindset, when I leave, they're going to still promote those thoughts, those concepts, those compliance issues, or the regulations.
Great. So important. Safe start strategies. It's not anything to start your car, but it's certainly to keep your business. It's to keep your business in line for sure. What is your final moment you want to share right here on the show?
I just want to kind of remind everybody, Gandhi has a saying, be the change that you want to see in the world. Yeah. And that's the main thing with Safe Start Strategies. We want people to go in and not talk about change, but actually be that change, be an example. And if there's anything that, we can do as an organization to help you with your compliance, HR, or organizational needs, reach out to us and we'll be there for you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Sharita, for joining us, and give your information one more time on social media, how people can contact you. Go ahead.
My website is www.safestartstrategies.com, and the phone number is 1-877-603-SAFE or 1-877-603-7233. And you can reach me directly at sgreen@safestartstrategies.com, or you can reach us at customer service at safestartstrategies.com.
Sharita, thank you so much. Sure, my pleasure. It's a pleasure to know you, and loads of love to you, and happy Thanksgiving. And listen, we need to be safe for the holidays, and we need to be connected to Safe Start Strategies because we need to be compliant in everything that we do. Am I right?
Yes.
So have a great one. Thank you. No problem.
Thanks,
Thank you for sharing the information. Have a great one, okay?
All right.
Okay, bye-bye.